Oh, I see. I'm always in the camera. What is this? I have to go way far away. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. Good enough.
Everybody had a chance to sign in, right? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and open the meeting. We have a title for the meeting now.
Just a
Special meeting, sorry.
My show?
That's your show.
All right. Yeah, so the goal for today is, subject to council approval, is to do a contingent award and figure out the projects that we want to do and lock that in. Contingent being based on legal review and then closing of the funds. So the award is not a contract. It's just simply saying that the contractors have been select. We're going to be awarded the job if it goes through for these particular project elements. And so we had the bid opening, the rebid for the Division C today, the lagoon dredging project, and I got back in the office kind of late. Abby came in, so I crossed paths with her to talk about it, and looked like you got some pretty good numbers here, which I'm very grateful that we did that rebid. So the way my understanding is, unless correct me if I'm wrong, based on what Abby mentioned to me after the bid, when there's some internal discussion. So the sanitary sewer project, Division A, the apparent low bidder was Michigantown Technologies. We would be looking to do the total base bid project, which includes the mandatory alternate within the base bid. And that's an amount of $562,069.23. 562,069.23. And then we'd also do within that same division, mandatory alternate 1, also with the mandatory alternate bid material product as well, which is the polyurethane polymer-based coating system. And that amount was $275,827.17. 275,827.17. We would not do the mandatory alternate 2. That's lower end stuff. We're doing the high priority work items, and we're doing the better manhole coating system. So there's a little bit of a premium to that, but actually a pretty good price stuff to do that. A pretty low price to do that, I should say. It's a good number. So that's Division A. Then Division B is the wastewater plant and lift station improvements project. We would be doing the total base bid project. Oh, sorry, Maddox Industrial Contractors would be the apparent low bidder for that project that we would award to Maddox Industrial. The total base bid for that project is $2,214,250 and no cents. 2214250. And then we'd also do the mandatory alternate number 1, the fire station and lift station upgrades, which is in the amount of $493,000 flat. We would not be doing the North Grinder lift station upgrades, which is mandatory alternate 2, nor the mandatory alternate 3, the true 3-phase electrical service to the plant. That's Division B. And then Division C, the lagoons dredging, we would only do the base bid project in the amount of $369,000. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. The low bidder was Wheeling Brothers. Yeah, the parent low bidder was Wheeling Brothers. WEALING. We would not do mandatory alternate 1, which is the secondary lagoon dredging. It was a good number, don't get me wrong, and I want to talk about that in a second, but we would not be doing that now. So if I take those projects that we said we would want to do, that total based on my math is $3,914,146.40. My cents are cut off here, but let's round it up. 3,914,146.4, I believe. We have a total amount within our construction cost budget for this project to be funded of $4,201,200. $4,201,200. If you take that difference between the project and what's available by the budget, that's our contingency. And that would leave $287,054, is roughly 7.3%. And if you remember, we've always been going on the goal of having at least 5% contingency on this project. So we're overachieving that with this number. But if we were to pick some other components of this project, then it would knock it below 5%. And I think it's a little bit risky right now to try to do that. That's not to say that as the project progresses and things are looking good and we're not tapping into that contingency fund, that we could maybe still entertain some of this work. I can't guarantee that the contractors will honor pricing here necessarily. They might have to update the pricing for what's happening in the environment when it occurs, but I don't think it'd be substantially different. But I don't want to jump on that too soon, blow the contingency before we even start the project. And now we have a year's worth of work and they're crossing their fingers and they're surprised to occur. So I'd rather have it more than less. And so that's kind of where we're leaving it at right now. And just for curiosity's sake, again, the lagoons dredging, that secondary lagoon MA1 number of $180,000. That's a really good number. I mean, you're not going to probably get a better number anytime soon. But, and you have 287,000 left in contingency. So you would still have about 100,000 in contingency, even if you did that. But again, that's going to knock it down too low, in my opinion. 100,000 sounds like a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, and it may very well last year for the whole project. But again, I don't want to jump on that too soon. Now, we talked to Wheeling Brothers after the bid opening today and said, hey, if contingency funds are available, would you be willing to honor this price or be very close to it? And he said, yes, they could just bring it into the project. It has nothing to do with doing base bid. They're kind of independent lagoons. One doesn't count on the other one. So he said he would most likely honor his price. I got that in writing. So that's good news there. And then just again, other things might come up. Like I know we're not going to do the North Grinder lift station upgrades, for example, on Division B. But maybe we could go back in to the contractor and say, hey, what if we just replace the pumps? We can't do the whole station, but let's just do a couple of things there that might improve things. That's something else we could also look at too. So instead of doing the entire lift station upgrade, let's do the highest priority part of that lift station, replace the pumps or the floats or something like that. So what I'm saying here is this is really good news. You got some good numbers here. You got a healthy contingency that the goal by the end of the project, honestly, is to try to get it down to zero. It's your money, spend it. So what I'm saying today is I would request the council, I guess, to do a contingent award for Maddox. I'm sorry, for institute form for Division A for the base bid in MA1, for Division B to be Maddox Industrial for the base bid in MA1, and for Division C to be Wheeling Brothers for the base bid. And then what I will do between now and next Friday is prepare notice of award forms that are part of the front end documents. These are standardized forms that we have. We'll fill in the contractor and the project that we're talking about, the MA and the base bid for each. We'll have three of them, three different awards. And I'll put the contingent part to that. I will say contingent upon legal review and closing of the funds. And then if you guys approve this tonight, then presumably you don't have to do another special council meeting. You can get those signatures. And then I would hold on to those documents, knowing that it's legitimate now. And then we can wait for the closing to occur before I continue with the agreement, which is the actual contract with each contractor and the notice to proceed. So we'll wait till that funding then does close. So we know we're sure things are going to go forward. And then I would finish those documents up at that point. But doing the notice of award now is not promising you're not signing a contract. You don't have to do the work yet.
You dealt with all these companies in the past?
Yes, yes. And since you formed, they're the ones that did Kirkland about a year ago. They did a good job.
Well, no reason to reject any.
None of these. Wheeling Brothers good. Maddox I've worked with a lot. Yeah, they're all reputable contractors. That's not to say that there could be a change order here or there, just some surprise, things like that happen. But as far as quality of work and them staying on top of things, along with us making sure they stay on top of things, I think, yeah, you're gonna be good.
You want 3 separate motions for each of those bids?
That's your call, how you guys want to do that. I don't
Well, I
know
don't-
the logistics of it. I can repeat what I said.
Well, sure, repeat them one at a time and let them do it.
Okay.
That's like right on there.
I know there's a lot here. So, okay, so I guess the first one would be,
Hey, Darren.
Yeah.
Before you start,
Please.
I got one question.
Hmm.
Where is the inspector come into this at? Where's he paid from?
It's already included. It's all included. Yes, you will have a full-time inspector from Commonwealth. That's already part of that 1.2 million
I
budget.
just want to make sure we didn't miss that somewhere.
No, it's happening. And they'll start immediately upon the first contractor that wants to start work. And then it won't stop until the last contractor finishes work.
Good.
But they're gonna be part-time between contracts. You don't be jumping around there. So it's a consolidated area, so it'll be easy to do that. Okay, so Division A, sanitary sewer rehabilitation, contingent award to In Situ Form Technologies. Together. You want me to do the total, Rick? Do you think I need that?
You can write it down.
Okay,
That's
so-
just like you did, that's fine.
Okay, so contingent award to In Situ Form Technologies for Division A, base bid, $562,069.23. And mandatory alternate one, $275,827.17.
I'm satisfied. It's one of you just says, I make a motion, what Darren just recited.
I make a motion for what Darren just recited. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. I was gonna do it, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna mess it up.
It is long, I agree. So for Division B, the wastewater treatment plant and lift station improvements, we will make contingent award to Maddox Industrial Contractors for the total base bid of $2,214,250.00. And for mandatory alternate one, fire station, lift station upgrades for $493,000.00.
I will make a motion to, as Darren just.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Then for Division C, the wastewater treatment plant lagoons dredging, we would make a contingent award to Wheeling Brothers for the total base bid amount of $369,000.00.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Easy peasy.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you have any questions.
Sure, Matt.
Yeah, just focus on this one, because there's a lot of different things under there.
If you will, then.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Easy.
Well, yeah. De-stress them.
This is.
The intent is to do so we'll go through all the financial stuff. I think Tina was here earlier today and she gave Abby the schedule. So by next Friday, the 29th, we'll have some of our documentation back to her and to Sean Klein Peter. So they can do their financial side that we kind of just stay out of. And then, I think the next thing for the engineer really to get involved with would be the pre-construction side of things, which I think June 24th right now works. I think June 24th and 25th are being offered up as dates. For me, the 24th will work better. And I think Jeff, you were favoring that too. So we'll get that coordinated with the contractor. And we'll have a pre-con here with all contractors. Get this thing going.
Sweet. Thank you so much. Now,
You know, the county, we should do this and then they are.
There's a lot of numbers here. I don't blame you.
Write that down. So I'm like super detailed.